Hello everybody, thank you for joining our channel. We are the Bourbon Brothers. My name is Gaven.
I'm Jeff.
And today we are drinking 1792 Full Proof Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Yeah, so this is a product put out by the Barton 1792 distillery. Up to a couple years ago, the only 1792 product was a small batch. Since then, they've sort of done a lot of the different. They've got the Full Proof, they've got a sweet wheat, they got a port or some sort of a finished product, they've got a high rye. So they've just sort of been experimenting with their, different, whether it's higher proofs or different mash bills, finishing, what have you. This is one of their more recent releases, Full Proof. It's a 125 proof bourbon, which is the same as the entry proof, which is after they distill it, they put it in the barrels at 125 proof, which is the proof they also bottle it at. So, we're looking forward to giving this review here. Other products made by Barton 1792 are the very old Barton bourbon. They also do a lot of contract distilling for vodkas, gins, brandies, all kinds of stuff. Great tour if you're out in Bardstown. Highly recommend doing the. They have a longer, I think, 2-hour tour. Great tour.
One other thing I want to mention is this is a no age statement whiskey. The flagship 1792 bourbons used to be 8 years old back in the good old days when age statements were a thing. Unfortunately, those kind of have been removed, so we kind of anticipate and predict this is closer to that 5-6 year old age statement.
Yeah.
That being said, let's jump right into the nose. I'm really getting a nice heavy alcohol presence. It's very warming, even on the nose. It's very present.
Yeah, there's some sweet notes here, some caramel, vanilla. Also, a little bit of an not off note, but like a different note is I got a little bit of coffee, which is not something we did too often in bourbons, but
it's like almost a dark roast, even if you're a coffee drinker. A little bit of dill on the back end too, just kind of a little pickle juice type of note.
Yeah, there's some rye notes in here as well, a little bit.
Yeah.
So fairly well balanced. A little bit on the sweet side, but otherwise pretty fairly balanced.
Certainly. Let's go ahead and take a taste. Cheers. It's a very sweet entry, very strong notes. It is 125 proof. Just kind of like a sugary sweetness, definitely right on the tip of the tongue.
Yeah, you get those vanillas, those caramels sit there at the front. A little bit of chocolatey mid-palate.
Almost fudge even, just a hint of fudge. Similar to the nose, I am getting that like dark roast coffee bean note as well. A nice dose of rice spice as well.
Yeah, I think, again, it's balanced. It's on that sweeter side of the spectrum, but I think that, they do a fairly good job of a little bit of balance there. So it's not all sweet.
Yeah, one, I guess, thing I would say about this, it's definitely noticeable for me, and I love barrel-proof bourbons, you guys know that. It's very hot. It drinks hot. Even at 125, it probably drinks closer to like 140. That sweetness kind of makes it a little, gentle, maybe not.
Makes it okay.
Right, makes it a little less noticeable, but it definitely is hot. One of the first things I got on the nose, one of the first things I got on the palate, and that kind of just plays, right in that spectrum for the finish as well. So that's probably a little bit of a downside to me. Other than that, the flavors are nice, the flavors are bold, just a little hot.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say overall I was slightly disappointed with this release. Like the small batch, just was expecting just a little bit more out of this, I think.
For the finish, it does go on for quite a while. Not getting too much oak here, it is probably, along the 5-6 year younger whiskeys. That being said, it is drying. There's a lingering sweetness and a drying type of mouthfeel for the finish.
Yeah, that rye spice kicks up there on the finish.
So overall, Jeff, Bourbon Brothers, how are we going to rate Full Proof 1792?
It's going to get a B from the Bourbon Brothers for 1792 Full Proof. It does, a lot of things well. They're good. It just isn't quite up to that next level to get up to that B+ range.
Yeah.
Good flavors, even if they tend to be sweet. It's also $45. Pretty decent price point for a full proof 125 proof bourbon.
Yeah, and what we see, up here on the East Coast is pretty good distribution too. So, buy a bottle at that price. Try it for yourself. See what you think.
Yep.
So a beef from the Bourbon Brothers. Again, for me, it's just a little bit hot. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you tried any of the 1792 bourbons, let us know what you think. We love talking to you. So we hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we are the Bourbon Brothers. We want to hear from you if you've had any of these 1792 bourbons. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Bourbon Beer Reviews. We'll tell you what to drink. Cheers.